start with something that was maybe a little bit lighter, but I think it applies to woke culture. I feel like this portion of woke culture has been going on for the past 80, like 30 years, 40 years. I'm constituting it as woke. Let me see what y'all think. Y'all can see my screen?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want anything and everything that associates with black women to be ghetto. I make everything that associates with black women ghetto. Like, do y'all not realize? Why should black women have to get up, get glammed up every single day? Other races don't have to do that. They can just put their hair up. We can't. Which is why we wear bonnets in public. In Walmart. We're in Walmart. Do you think anybody gives a how they look in Walmart? White, black? No, they don't care. Groceries. Do we get called ghetto? We didn't even do shit. We just exist. All you did was look at me and I'm fucking ghetto. I didn't even say shit to you. You just called me ghetto because I got on a bonnet.
So, guys, that opening clip is a young woman defending her right to wear a bonnet. And of course, this particular episode, I'm dealing with a dentist. I know her name is Dr. Sutton. I would assume that this is a female dentist who has an office somewhere. I believe in what I would consider the hood. Okay, and the dentist is black, a black woman. But of course, going to dental school, professional school, I went to medical school. It's not easy. Then when you want to come out and serve your people, they want to come into your office a certain way. So Dr. Sutton politely put out these requirements in her office. No bonnets, no house shoes, no pajama bottoms. We will be happy to reschedule your appointment per Dr. Sutton. Of course, a lot of these people in Black Twitter started getting very upset. You see this, people are saying like, this is anti-black. You see this person, Honesty the Liar, giving an F about attire instead of health. This is just anti-black as hell. And another person says, her establishment, same person rather, is literally in the hood in a trap house turned dentist office. Maybe she should relocate to the demographic she prefers instead. I don't care what you tap dancing, we'll blur that as jiggeronis who are agreeing with her are saying actually. And this is very interesting.
All right. I not assume y'all probably haven't heard about this, right? So it's a black female dentist. She no bonnets, no house shoes, none of that in her establishment. Also, I feel like that culture is rather new. When I refer back and I try to do some digging, I couldn't find bonnets and house shoes and pajama pants back in the 60s. I couldn't find women presenting themselves like that in public. So that's one facet of it. Another facet is I'm gonna use Isha as an example. Her maturation on this podcast is easily seen, kind of pushing back at some of that rhetoric that is so popular amongst black women a little bit. Having to be a superwoman, leading the household, so on and so forth. I feel like some of that, and maybe this was brought in by Kevin Samuels, as much hate as he get, but women are looking at that type of stuff a little bit differently. So with the lady as a dentist, and then what I'm seeing kind of anecdotally, but I feel like women are changing a little bit. Do you feel like black women are waking up against woke culture? I try to give you a lot of context so you don't struggle through it.
Yeah, go ahead and define woke culture as you're asking this question.
So, well, just like, so for instance, the independent woman stuff, right? I'm saying that's that woke culture where you can do it all alone. You don't need a man. You independent, right? He got to prove this, that, and the third. You don't need him to provide for you. You don't need him to protect you. I feel like that's woke culture.
Got you.
Okay. For this particular subject. Because What you think?
So are you asking, is the dentist pushing back against woke
Well,
culture?
I would say yes, because
Yeah.
in woke culture, all that's acceptable. Bonnets in public and having no drawers on with them pajama pants, ass flopping in the wind. You got your dirty ass house shoes.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think, yeah, she should be pushing back. You have to set a standard. Like the girl with the bonnet said, who cares what you wear in Walmart? But the same thing you wear in Walmart, you're not going to Target looking like that. So if she wants to set a standard so they don't come to her business looking any kind of way, then it's her business.
Yeah. You wear bonnets in public?
I hate bonnets in public and I hate do-rags.
Shit like that. Shit like
Okay,
that.
so the
Shit
do
like
rag is
that. Shit like
unacceptable.
that. Shit
Also,
like that.
To me, yes.
is that with the age? Like if I got a do rag in public, am I wilding, or it's like a 16-year-old wilding also?
Anybody who wearing a do-rag in public is wilding. My son, when he has one on, I'm like, you're not coming outside with me.
Okay. Chief, no bonnets allowed. You think black women are waking up against this woke culture? Because the lady in the video, she had a huge issue with it. So I'm not saying all, but I feel like there's a shift.
Uh, I think professional, white collared. Is that a term that can be applicable to women?
Sure.
Is a white collar thing? Okay, so I think more
Yeah,
so
job type.
more so the white collar job type women are pushing back against the woke culture. I think for the most part, the woke culture is has taken over and is alive and well.
Yeah.
So no.
So where do you think that the woke culture? So you think there's more black women that are woke than unwoke, and that can sound derogatory, but I think unwoke, from my perspective, is more positive than being woke.
I'd say so too, but I think the majority of the black culture would go on the side of it's acceptable and okay to wear their bonnets.
Okay, Mary, what you think about Chief's last point?
I feel like this shit don't got nothing to do with no woke culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's just all about women just wanting to do what the fuck they want to do. Do I wear bonnets in public? Absolutely not. Do I wear pajamas in public? Absolutely not. Am I wearing house shoes outside? Absolutely not. They're called house shoes, pajamas, and overnight bonnets for a reason. But do I think that the dentist was wrong for what she did? Absolutely. But I also was following up on the whole story and all that. And her reviews, how she carries herself alone, was not following up what she was trying to force on other people. So, she was a dentist that was late, being late all the time, or like leaving early to go get her kids in her dentist's office, things like that. You can't try to, I feel like you can't try to have one standard and not follow them all.
Okay, so she was exuding some similar behavior, although it wasn't clothing.
Correct.
You made a statement, women doing what the fuck they want to do. That sounds like a woke statement, no?
But when I think about it, I think it's because the way I look at woke is actually people having real knowledge of real things that actually matter. To me, the whole who could wear a bonnet and who can't, I don't think that shit really fucking matters. Even as the dentist, like, if you want to come in with a bonnet, that's not going to stop my bread. Like, sit your ass down. Like, it's Caucasus Mountain people walking around here not bathing for 3 days. I mean, that's who I'm gonna turn away. If you got bad hygiene, you're not coming in here. You know what I mean? If you smell, that's what I'm gonna be concerned about. I'm not gonna be worrying about the bonnet that's on your head.
Okay, so you don't think your presentation applies at all?
No, I think it does apply, but not to the extent where, again, like they said, the area that she's in, you're gonna not expect people to walk in a certain way.
What does that mean?
As in, if she has a dentist office in the middle of the hood, that's what you're pulling in. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times that's what you're pulling in. So you can't not expect not to see it.
Would you say that if you open a business in the so-called hood, do you need to drop your level of service and expectation because it's in the hood?
Drop your level of expectation.
But not your service?
Your level of expectation, as in, People are not always going to follow the rules. The people that come from the suburbs are not coming to the hood to your business. So you need to make the best of what you got.
Okay, but your level of service should be like you're in the suburbs.
Yeah, you should still carry the level of service that you want to carry, but do that for yourself. You get what I'm saying? Like carry your business a certain way because that's how you want yourself to be seen. But your level of expectation is something you see on somebody else.
Okay, so the client and the service aren't mutually exclusive.
No.
The service should be whatever level you expect, and then the client can present how they please.
Yeah, and then shit, pick it. Like I said, pick and choose. But as far as like bonnets, that's so small. Like I said, my issue would be hygiene. Like if you actually smell, you know what I'm saying? I would put that on my door.
Alex, do you think that the dentist, obviously Mary did some due diligence on the dentist, but do you think that she's trying to effectuate change by saying, hey, I have these expectations for my clientele?
I too, like Mary, I'm familiar with the story and I saw the same thing. And
yeah,
the mindset of you as a business owner, you have to set the tone. You are a Black business owner. You are a Black dentist. You own your practice. You have to set the tone. You invite people are coming in whatever appearance it is based upon the environment that you create.
Okay.
For me, when it comes to bonnets, I think over time I've matured. I was the person, listen, I'm going to the store real quick. I'll put my bonnet on. I didn't want to mess with my hair. Now I wouldn't go outside like that unless maybe I'm going to the hair store, running in real quick, or if I'm in the drive-thru, I'm not getting out my car. I do feel though, and the girl was saying something about like she feels like they're always coming for Black women, and I do agree with that. But we have to understand we are not the same as white women. We cannot do what they do. As Black people, we always have to show up as our best self. We always have to make sure that we are in spaces and we are presentable. It is tiring, yes, but we don't get the same grace as other people do. So this is kind of, for me, it's kind of a ongoing tired conversation. Yes, there is the aspect of doing what you want to do, but you also want to be reared in a certain way. We cannot do what the same shit that they do. It's just not acceptable. And it goes for the dentist too. You want to run your business, but you also need to be on time. You need to have some professionalism. Why are your children here? All of that matters. And then you can't do what you're supposed to do, but you're complaining about me coming in with the bonnet because you still gonna get that insurance check. So it doesn't matter. But
is there some credence to the fact that if you go to a 5-star restaurant, you can't wear sneakers and things like that? Or are you saying the dentist is totally different?
I think people view the dentist as something different. And I just say that from my experience, having worked when I first graduated on Banning Road, Southeast DC, at a dental office, and the people that came in there for one practice versus when we were over in PG County, it was a completely different clientele, and it was like night and day of who was coming in and how they were appearing when they came into the office.
Yeah. John the Baptist with the $5 super chat was good, bro. Let women wear their bonnets in pajamas in public places, and society can see the nature of that woman and move accordingly. See, that's what I'm kind of getting at. Like, is she stereotyped when women come out like that? And the lady that was mad about the bonnets acknowledged the fact that she don't see other women walking around with bonnets and stuff like that because I guess of the grain of their hair. They can just let it fall. I think she tried to insinuate. But isn't this the point? John the Baptist is like, so you see her how she's dressed, you judge her accordingly. But that judgment is probably negative, right?
And a lot of that too is the fact that, like you referenced the hair being able to fall. Like there's a lot of things that they can do or don't technically do, and their hair looks done. Like us, we struggle more to have to, if somebody canceled a hair appointment on us, and those people that got 4C hair where their hair look like a fro, to the public, that's unacceptable. So what's more unacceptable, my fro that I'm wearing or this bonnet?
The bonnet.
But I'm saying the bonnet, yeah. But when we're talking about these white people, they're not gonna like it either way. They're not gonna like it either way. You get what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, you walking outside with your hair not done. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Well, white people don't even know if your hair's done.
But that's right, unless you got some weave in or some braids, and they're like, oh, that looks cool. Is that your hair?
But even then, in a lot of cases, there's been a lot of discriminatory things in regards to like black women wearing braids on the job. So you like to your point, you damned if you do, damned if you don't. You're
Right.
going with your bonnet, you're going with your braids, they still discriminate.
You think it's better or worse with the braids over the bonnet, or what?
I feel like that's up to whoever's viewing it.
I mean,
I'm not gonna wear a bonnet.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question, Mary.
But
You think it's worse with the braids or the bonnet?
I'm saying my personal opinion. I'm not wearing a bonnet outside.
Let me ask you a question. You think the judgment is worse with the braids or the bonnet?
The bonnet. But what I was referring to is women's natural hair when it's not done.
Yeah. Do you think that's a self? You think? I feel like some of that can be women being slightly self-conscious because of what they deem acceptable in this world based on the European standards.
But that's if we're in their society.
Please don't make me repeat that long ass question, please.
I'm just saying. Like, so
What
I
you
could
saying?
wear my hair in a fro, picked out, looking all nice, and think that my hair look nice, and somebody be like, "Oh, you ain't do your hair today?" Like, it's like, what? Well, I tried. Like,
On the back that said he glad he got married 30 years ago.
Shit like that. Shit
Nah,
like that.
somebody
Shit
heard
like
comments.
that.
The one that just gave the super chat.
This is the thing for me.
Go.
Wig culture is big. Bitch, grab one of those wigs off your dresser, put it on your head, and go get your teeth cleaned. It doesn't take that much work anymore. And in response to Chief, white women walking around here with box braids now too. The culture vultures have started appropriating braids, so it's becoming more and more acceptable.
culture vultures.
Wow.
I don't disagree
That
with you.
messy
Does
one up though.
I don't
The
disagree
hair
with
be
you,
all
but
stringy and nasty looking and greasy.
It stinks.
but y'all gotta keep it a buck though. We come from that era where our parents, aunts, uncles, whatever, had the whole soul glow with the fucking print on the couch. It was still maintaining households. That shit didn't have nothing to do with woke culture at that time. And that's some shit that like they was putting chemicals and shit in their hair just to get that kind of texture, men and women. So I think that you was kind of hitting on something where you were like, you're damn either way. You know what I'm saying? Like, the girl, from what I got from the video, was talking about being looked at as ghetto for having the bonnet on. I have to say, I agree with her that I don't think that you're automatically ghetto because you wear a bonnet. And that goes to those stereotypes that, let's say tomorrow, society decides to say anybody with lots is ghetto. We all fucking ghetto because somebody decided that, and that's just the thing now.
Yeah, I think Q. One thing she said in that video, I think just to bring a little bit of clarity, I think you're right, but I think she meant because she said it a couple times was the shit black people do is ghetto.
Mm-hmm.
Like they call what we do ghetto, how we talk, how we act, how we walk. That's ghetto. Just in terms. So does that change it? How you look at it? If she said that as opposed to like the bonnet being ghetto, because she kind of just saying our culture is deemed ghetto.
Right. And it is.
by us or by the white people though? Do ladies, do you, when you see other women in a bonnet, do you attribute that to negative or ghetto?
Yo, shout out to Mike. Stupid. Nobody said shit about my chain, Mike. Just
Wow. Put him in the fucking bench and get him out of here.
Read that, Hamp.
Mike with the fucked up last name with a $10 super chat. Hamp, they say your chain look like a choker in the comments. Not sure if you've seen it. What an asshole, man.
Wow.
It be your own people, bro. Shout out to Mike for the $10 super chat. Go ahead, Chief. My bad. I wasn't paying attention. I was looking at that bullshit.
I don't even remember, man, but that shit was funny.
Damn, man.
Oh no, I was asking the ladies if they thought when they see a woman in a bonnet, do they automatically attribute that as negative or ghetto, or you know what I'm saying?
It depends on how she carrying herself, because I could see a chick in the airport right now with a bonnet on and her outfit fly and she look like she about her business. That don't look ghetto to me. That look like somebody who probably preserving their hair because they get, as soon as that plane dropped, they got a business meeting or something and they don't want their shit fucked up.
See, that was
But if she walking through and she looked dingy, like clothes just looking like she ain't washed her ass in 4 weeks, and she got the bonnet on top of it, the bonnet is just like the icing on the cake.
So I just assume in my head, I assume like kind of like Isha was saying, I'm going to get a quick bite to eat. I ain't getting out the car, so I got my whatever on and my bonnet. You know what I'm saying? I think, and so in my head, I'm like, when most chicks get dressed up, they ain't wearing the bonnet. You know what I'm saying? So to like counter your point, or just like give a different example of it. So when I thought of it, I'm like, most chicks wearing a bonnet usually running out to grab something real quick. They ain't stepping out to the spot, whatever that spot with the bonnet on. You know what I'm saying? So to your now, I look at it from your angle. Like if you in the airport, you styling on them with the bonnet on. You getting a bonnet to match your clothes though, Q? Like your fit? Like I'm gonna hurt him with this motherfucking bonnet tonight.
Hey, there's people that be on that wave. I mean, obviously you're not gonna keep it on all day, but if it serves a purpose in that moment, and you look put together. You could tell the difference when somebody looks put together and when they just don't look put together. That's really gonna make me feel like, okay, they over there wilding, they over there on that bullshit. Or I'm gonna feel like, okay, that's somebody about their business. I'm minding my business, they mind their business. Doesn't faze me in any kind of way.
Right.
But I mean, I think that we as Black people do that often with each other. We stereotype each other, but where do we get that information from? Because Chaotic did that with me. If y'all play back the episode where he asked me who the first Black astronaut was, clearly he just looked at my image and forgot that I can actually enunciate and ask me a dumbass question.
Yeah, like motherfucker, I read.
Right. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Interesting. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Hit that like button if you can right now. That helps the channel the most. Okay. So, just for consensus purposes, anybody up here, do we recommend Black women wear that bonnet in public? No? Everybody say no. No bonnets in public? You're on mute.
I'll say if you want to wear your motherfucking bonnet in public, it depends on how you're wearing it and what you're doing in it.
It's a time and place for everything.
Bonnets outside, Isha?
Like Alex said, if I'm just going to the store or going to the hair store, I'm going to get my hair done, acceptable. If I'm just like going like drive through. But if I'm going to a place of business to have a service done, like my teeth cleaned, I want to be presentable.
So bonnets in public, Isha?
Nah.
Okay. Mary, what say you? Just so we get some clarity.
No.
Chief?
Nah, I wouldn't have. Nah.
Q answer. Mr. White?
Yeah, I say if you want to wear your bonnet, wear your bonnet, yo. You know what I'm saying? This is the new era.
Bruh.
Do whatever you want to do as long as you ain't hurting nobody, right, Q?
That's right.
As long as you ain't hurting nobody.
You cool with your wife or your daughters going out with their bonnet on?
As long as they ain't hurting nobody, yo.
Okay.
I'm saying that's the new wave.
Put him in the bathroom here, please.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
Alex, what say you?
I don't advise it, but I'm not judging you.
Soft ass. All right. Let me share my screen, man.